Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And so are you. Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Looks like there's some interesting things going on with the vaccine. Any number of vaccines. But especially Johnson & Johnson. In fact, the United States of America has called for a pause on Johnson & Johnson's vaccine after some rare clotting cases that we keep hearing about. They're so rare, they're happening all over the world.
Yeah. So they had to do this because 4 states had already said, yeah, we're going to pause this. So now the government, federal government, doing that.
In fact, one person in America died and another's in critical condition after taking the vaccine. Now, that's, 7 million people have taken it, have gotten doses. So is it a small percentage? Yeah, I'm sure it is. But nobody wants to be that small percentage. Right. I certainly don't. And this is the one I was kind of thinking, maybe I'll take that one. Because it's just one shot and you're done. And then it's really effective at stopping severe illness. Really, like 100% effective, they said, at not getting really, really sick with the thing or being hospitalized. Federal health agencies, though, yesterday called for an immediate pause in the use after 6 recipients in the U.S. developed a rare disorder involving blood clots within about 2 weeks of the vaccination. All 6 recipients were women between the ages of 18 and 48. 18? What? Really? One woman died. Second woman in Nebraska hospitalized in critical condition, as I mentioned. Wow. So young, too. Jeez, why? Why would that happen? Well, they don't know. And that's why we're pausing. Because you kind of want to... I think you want to clear that up before you start jabbing people with that shot anymore. I'm sure the Pfizer and Moderna are fine.
Yeah, they're fine. Everything's fine.
AstraZeneca, I'm sure it's fine. Don't worry about it. Just take it and shut up. I don't want to hear from you. Just take the vaccine. Wear your mask.
Right. Socially
distance. Stay home as much as you possibly can. And shut up. There you go.
Well, you said everything is fine. Is it fair to say also that everything is awesome?
Yeah. Yeah, everything is awesome.
Okay, just checking.
If you're part of a team.
Oh, Team Vax?
Yeah. Right.
I'm on Team No Vax.
Are you really?
Yeah, thank you.
What a surprise. I hadn't gotten that from you until now. Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, I think the analogy that I tweeted out over the weekend was, see, I'm on Team No Vax. You can be on Team Vax and visit me in the dugout over here, but I don't feel that the same courtesy is going to be reciprocated. I don't guess I'm allowed in your dugout, such as...
Well, if I get vaccinated, you can come in my dugout. I don't care. Yeah.
Well, you're not the state of Hawaii then, apparently. We're
about
to implement these COVID passports so that you can avoid self-quarantining.
The whole state?
Yep. So you can get the COVID passport to enter Hawaii. They haven't made this official yet. They're just waiting for a governor's signature. It will happen. And then you can avoid the 10 days of quarantining. If you can prove that you've had the vaccine. I mean, this is a mess.
10 days. How ridiculous. So you're gonna fly to Hawaii for a vacation and spend 10 days in quarantine, not leaving your hotel?
Right. This isn't New Jersey.
Okay.
It's Hawaii. You actually want to go out and enjoy things.
Yeah, thanks, Hawaii. Well, they really don't care about their tourism trade, apparently.
Obviously not.
Wow. That's amazing.
This is how we're going to separate as states, I'm afraid.
Well, that's asinine.
Yeah.
How much of Hawaii's economy is absolutely dependent on people from the mainland going there?
And they're serious about this. Remember the surfer who posted a picture on Instagram and on his hotel door?
Yeah.
During the whole lockdown stuff? They didn't care for that.
No, they didn't. Stupid. That's bizarre.
Yep.
And, of course, the South African COVID variant might evade protection from the vaccine.
Okay.
The South Africa variant might evade Pfizer's vaccine. Now, that's according to a study from Tel Aviv University, Israel's largest healthcare provider, and Israel's largest healthcare provider. The study, which was published on Saturday and still requires peer review, looked at 400 individuals who tested positive for the coronavirus, despite receiving at least one dose of the Pfizer vaccine. Not only could the variant break through protections offered by the Pfizer vaccine, but it uniquely affects those who have been vaccinated. What? What?
Okay, wait a minute. So,
around 8 times higher than those who have not received the vaccine.
Okay, so this is Pfizer. You have a higher chance of getting the
South
COVID
African variant
if you get the
been
vaccine
vaccinated.
as opposed to if you do nothing. And that's the
That's
Pfizer.
just bizarre.
So you got the Johnson & Johnson blood clots. You got the Pfizer doesn't work. You got the Moderna double shots that's a nightmare. We hear a lot of stories about that and videos online. What's left? AstraZeneca? What was the problem with that one? That one had an issue, right?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it was bad.
I mean, strokes or something. I don't know.
Something. They stopped using it in Europe, I think.
How about you just don't get vaccinated?
Wow.
Vaccinated.
Ah, boy.
What a mess.
It is a mess. So 8 times higher. Better chance. Look at the chance of getting it if you don't receive it is 0.7%. 0.7%.
That's getting it. That's not even death or something.
Right.
That's just
getting the South African variant. Then the chance if you've been vaccinated is 5.4%.
I'm a pass. Still.
If you've been vaccinated, you've got an 8 times better chance of getting the South African variant. I seriously don't even understand how that's possible.
Well, I mean, you're putting it in your... Oh, whatever.
How?
This is stupid.
Well, these are different. These aren't... They're not giving you the virus.
Mm-hmm.
This works in a different way. These, what do they call it? RNA receptor things? I don't know. It's a different kind of vaccine. In fact, it's not even a vaccine.
Right.
It's a treatment of some sort. So it doesn't work the way traditional vaccines do. But it's frightening nonetheless. Mm-hmm. So good luck with it. Wow. I was on the precipice of getting something, and now that really gives me pause. Yeah, I don't know about that. Also, fake COVID vaccination cards are spreading like a virus online.
Oh, wait, what? There's a fake? What's this? What now?
Fraudsters have been hawking knockoffs of the 3x4-inch cards on retail sites, including eBay, Etsy, and Shopify, as well as on social media sites, Facebook, TikTok, New York Times reported.
Yeah.
The Post, meanwhile, has found dozens of online DIY guides for printing fake vaccination cards at home. Counterfeiting has ballooned in recent weeks.
Yeah.
Following news that an official vaccination card could soon become a central requirement to travel on airplanes and attending events. Huh.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And
when these states' health departments were putting images, PDF files on their websites to download. Mm-hmm. Hey, if you run out of cards, local CVS, just go to wyoming.health.state.gov or whatever, and print these up. I mean, in theory, you could have done that.
In theory, you could have. Yeah, in theory, some people could have.
Or Nebraska or Missouri or just...
Mm-hmm. Sellers and buyers are breaking federal law by falsifying vaccine documents and fraudulently reproducing the Center for Disease Control and Prevention logo, which is featured on every card's upper right-hand corner. In warning that counterfeiters risk prosecution, the FBI advises if you did not receive the vaccine, do not buy fake vaccine cards.
Oh, that's the FBI warning us? Boy.
Do not make your own vaccine cards and do not fill in blank vaccination record cards with false information. Don't do it.
You don't want to be doing that.
You don't want to do it. It's against federal law.
Well, and it's just wrong,
and
Pat.
Thank you. It's just wrong.
It's wrong.
So don't do it. It's not nice, and it's not right.
You should not do that.
And it is not legal in this country.
Okay?
You're violating federal law.
Don't
do it.
that.
Don't. Really ill-advisable. Meanwhile, Jen Psaki.
Oh, no. What?
Talking about where they're going to run vaccine PSAs because Republican men are not cooperating. They're not getting the vaccine. And so where are we going to run these PSAs to tell them how stupid they are and how much they need the vaccine?
Oh.
We're also we've run PSAs on the deadliest catch. We're engaged with NASCAR and country music TV. We're looking for a range of creative ways to get directly connected to white conservative communities. We won't always be the best messengers, but we're still trying to meet people where they are, but also empower local organizations.
Okay. You're going to miss me on every one of those PSAs. I don't frequent any of that.
What was it again? It was Deadliest Catch.
Deadliest Catch.
NASCAR.
I don't watch. NASCAR, which I don't watch.
And country music.
And country music, which I don't listen to. So, and I certainly don't watch country music channels.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even.
But they got us figured out.
I guess there's videos still, huh? Who knew that? That's the breaking news there. There's music videos still?
Huh.
Oh.
They have us, man, they see right through us.
Right.
They know right where we are.
What'd you say? We got to get to the conservative whites in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if she had stood up there, if it were liberal blacks, right, that weren't getting the vaccine, would she have said, so we're going to advertise on BET, we're going to be in Ebony Magazine? I mean, think about how that would have played.
Yeah.
Really?
Not well.
We're going to Showtime at the Apollo.
What are you, stereotyping?
Right.
Yeah.
But you're white. It's cool. We can paint with a broad brush that community.
And really you can. For some reason you actually can. I don't know why that's okay, but I mean being racist against whites is fine and stereotyping whites is fine and disparaging whites is also fine.
But how kind of your federal government to use your tax dollars to convince you to get something that's apparently so great that you have to be convinced to go get it.
Yeah, that people are dying from. Yeah. And 8 times higher numbers of people are getting the South African variant that get it than not. It's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. Jeez.
Yeah. And just point of clarification, we can refer to it as the South African variant. Is that right? Because the majority of the population there is white. The government is predominantly black. Mm-hmm. But as long as, because there's a rule here that I just don't quite follow.
I think the population is more black than white. So it's strange that they're able to do that.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, because the problem with apartheid was these white rulers over
so
black
why are they
people.
allowed to do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, what am I smoking? Yeah, because you can't call it the Chinese deal.
Nope.
Why can you call it the South African?
I don't know. It's a good question. It's a really good question. I don't know. But that's what they're calling it. And nobody's saying, hey, that's really racist to call it the South African variant.
Yeah.
Why are you a racist? But don't you dare call it the China flu or the Wuhan flu or the whatever. The Kung flu. They're going to get really pissed off at you because it's racist.
I can't follow the rules.
I know. I know. All right, let me tell you about Scoremaster. Getting your best credit score, really important. The average American has 97 points they can add to their credit score. 97 points, but no idea how to get them. Again, I saw another one of those credit repair places. This was just yesterday. Like, I raised my credit score 19 points. And they said it like it was the most incredible thing of all time.
Pretty excited about that, huh?
19 points. Wow. That's the highest I've ever heard them say. It's usually like, I raised mine 7 points.
Don't spend those extra credit points everywhere now.
Right. Now, the average Scoremaster user adds 61 points in 20 days or less. And so that could save you a bunch of money when you're applying for a loan, trying to refinance your house or whatever you're trying to do. You could, it could mean the difference between a rate in the upper 3s or low 4s and a rate in the upper 2s or low 3s. I mean, it's really important. Mm-hmm. You can enroll in just minutes and see how many points you can add to your credit score and how fast. So visit scoremaster.com/Pat. That's scoremaster.com/Pat.
It's Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
In Britain, a quarter of COVID deaths not caused by the virus, according to new figures. Really, 1/4 of the deaths they're reporting due to COVID weren't COVID. What do you suppose that number is in the United States, where you're incentivized to report it as a COVID death, and you get more money for your hospital if you report it as a COVID death? I bet it's at least 1/4, maybe a half. 1/2. Almost a quarter of registered COVID deaths are people who are not dying from the disease, according to new official figures. The government was urged to move faster with the roadmap in the light of increasingly positive data. The latest figures from the Office of National Statistics show that 23% of coronavirus deaths registered are now people who have died with the disease rather than from it.
Huh.
This means while the person who died will have tested positive for COVID, that wasn't the primary cause of their death. Other data also shows increasingly positive pictures of the state of the pandemic in the UK. So, in other words, you could get COVID, you could be sick with it, or you might not be, and then have a heart attack and you died. Well, they were COVID positive, so they were reporting that as COVID, as a COVID death.
You could have had it, not even known.
Yep.
Shows up in your system after the fact.
Right.
But remember, you just asked the question. If it's 1 out of every 4 deaths in Britain were wrong, how many in America? You just asked. We had that story of the motorcyclist, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was just one example of someone who died, not of COVID, but listed as a COVID death.
Yeah, because they were COVID positive when they died on the motorcycle. I mean, it's ridiculous. You might even be sick with COVID, but it's not killing you. And then you have a heart attack or some other thing that would have happened anyway. I mean, how many times has that happened? I'll bet a lot. A lot of times. It's nice that this is just starting to come to light, though. It's that they're starting to admit this kind of stuff is possible, and it's happening because we've suspected all along that they're fudging these numbers, and they are, and they've given monetary incentive to do that. So, of course, it's going to happen. Meanwhile, Fauci says it's still not okay to eat or drink indoors, even if you're vaccinated.
Is this guy still talking?
Yeah, for some reason he is. Hold off on congregating indoors to eat or drink, he says. Mehdi Hassan of the Mehdi Hassan Show, which we all know and love on MSNBC, right?
Oh, that.
We gather the family around.
What's his name again?
The TV for the Mehdi Hassan Show.
The MSNBC one.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Mehdi Hassan on the country music TV that Jen
Right,
Psaki
that we
was
watch
telling us about.
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the other show with that name.
Yeah, the one on MSNBC.
Yeah, this one.
He asked Fauci, what is the message to vaccinated and unvaccinated Americans as to what they should and should not be doing right now? Yes, please tell us, Father. Tell us what we should do and what we shouldn't do.
Fauci didn't tell him just to play another country music video?
No.
Okay.
For example, eating and drinking indoors in restaurants and bars. Is that okay now? Not for you, Mehdi, because you're scared of it.
I love that.
So don't
Please
do it.
Give me permission to live,
Right.
Dr. Fauci.
Is that okay now? Can I please? May I, Mother, may I?
What a beta.
According to Fauci, it's still not okay to gather indoors. He cited the level of infection as still really disturbingly high. Fauci pled with the public to get vaccinated and continue wearing masks.
No.
And continue social distancing.
No.
And, of course, wash your hands. Wash behind your ears.
Wait, that one too?
Blow your nose.
Okay, yeah.
All those, wash your feet
Don't pick
when
your
you're in the
nose. Just
shower.
blow
Don't
it.
pick your nose.
Yeah, just blow it.
That's really gross.
He said,
So-
wash your feet in the shower?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how do you wash your feet in the shower, if I may ask? I mean, it's a little personal question, but...
You pick them up and scrub them.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You don't just, like, make a big old sudsy pile on the bottom of the shower and just rub your feet around and stuff?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But apparently that's how you do it.
I mean, I kind of got there with the hip stuff, you know.
Have you talked to Fauci
over.
about whether that's the way to go?
Well, it's just I've gotten tired of bending over now since the hip thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why I pretty much I've kind of grown into these slip-on shoes. I don't know if you can see this, but
I can.
Yeah,
I can see them.
So I just it's tough bending over now.
Mm.
So
sorry to hear that.
Make a big pile of soap in the floor of the shower and
okay,
rub my feet around. I want to bend down there.
And again, have you asked Dr. Fauci?
I have not.
That's a good way to do it.
He's not returning my calls anymore. In fact, now he's ghosting me.
Wow, that
we used to be
sucks.
tight, but he heard some of the things we've been saying, and
now he's upset?
It's kind of ugly.
What a baby.
Yeah, right?
A baby. Grow up, man.
Totes.
Grow up. All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Brian Stelter
Oh, gosh, this guy.
wants Fox stars to get vaccinated and do vaccine selfies. Why don't you worry about your own self, Brian? In your stupid little show with your stupid little propaganda that comes out of your stupid little mouth every stupid week. Here he is talking about Fox stars.
The week is stupid now because of
It's really
Brian.
important to
'cause
see
of
all
Brian.
these TV anchors, personalities showing themselves getting the shot. We've seen a lot of vaccine selfies from lots of folks at lots of different networks. It's been really inspiring to see. The Today Show even brought the co-host outside for a live group vaccination this week.
wow.
And Rachel Maddow on Friday on MSNBC talked about how she was really fearful of the needle, really worried about it. And yet it was important to get the shot, and she did, and there she is talking about it on air. So I say all of that to make the following point. Where are Tucker and Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham? Where is Ainsley Earhart and Steve Ducey and Brian Kilmeade? Where are the biggest stars on Fox getting vaccinated? I
your
get
business.
it's a personal choice. I get that's between
No, you don't.
the hosts and their healthcare provider. But everybody else is doing it, right, Matt? I mean, all across television, all these anchors are rolling up their sleeves.
Wait, you get?
Why do you
pause
think
it
we
for a
haven't seen
second.
the biggest?
What a total and complete loser this guy is. I get that there's privacy involved, and I get that that's none of our business. But everybody else is doing it, so I don't get. Why are you doing it? I mean, what asinine logic that
Even
was.
in his question, this is everything summed up in this whole fiasco for the last year. Summed up right there. He's like, everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Guess that I'm
Yeah.
asking? Come on, you're with me, right? Because if you're not with me, then you're a fool. Then you're a denier. Screw you. I mean, back off, dude.
Unbelievable. All right, let's see the rest of this.
Personal choice. I get that's between, the hosts and their healthcare provider.
No, you don't.
But
Get it.
everybody else is doing it, right, Matt? I mean, all across
Right,
television,
come on.
all these anchors
Validate me.
are rolling up their sleeves. Why do you think we haven't seen the biggest stars on Fox News get vaccinated or show us their vaccine selfies?
They don't want to? Maybe, like you said, that's between them and their healthcare provider. I thought you said you got that. What an idiot.
Yeah.
What a moron.
What did he just went through this thing of all the celebrities and the talking heads that are doing this. Just so you know that on Sunday night, okay, here are all the celebrities that are going to take part in a special to convince us to get the vaccine. We've got the Obamas, Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Faith Hill, Jennifer Lopez, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Anthony Fauci in an NBC special meant to inform and encourage those who have vaccination concerns. Sunday night. That's going to be great, right? Sitting around with like prop needles or something. I mean, was it white conservative dudes that aren't getting the vaccine? Oh, yeah, the Obamas are going to. That's going to move the needle.
Yeah, that'll inspire us. There you go. I mean, more than going to the country music channel, you put the Obamas on NBC, and I'm all over it.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and get vaccinated Sunday night, right after I see the Obamas, no doubt. Because inspiration like you can't believe.
Dr. J-Lo is telling me, oh, make my appointment now because J-Lo's on board. Shut up.
So stupid.
This is, I mean, think this through. Why are they so concerned about what I do with my body? This is madness, man. These people are cultists.
And you're not even, apparently, you're still not protecting anybody else around you. They don't know if you are, actually. They don't know if you are, and that's why they won't let you do certain things after you've been vaccinated without your stupid mask. That's why they still tell you to wear the mask, because there's no guarantee that that you might have the disease, but the vaccine is keeping it at bay with you, but not others. You could pass it on to others. That's their fear right now. They don't even know if after you've had the vaccine, you can pass it to somebody else.
They know nothing.
I just can't even believe it.
They are figuring everything out on the fly.
Right. That's right.
And then they're changing.
They don't know anything.
They're figuring it out again, and then they're changing. And, CNN, yes, are people getting sick? Are people dying? Absolutely. Every morning we look up on the screen, and they put up pictures of people that have passed away like they're doing right now. They never put that up for the people that get the vaccine and die. They don't do that. I mean, there are so many ways that this virus can affect you.
Nor did we do it for the flu. Nor do we do it for anything else.
What has happened to the left's mantra of my body, my choice, man?
My body, you know that only applies to one issue.
One issue! And it's not even your body! You're making a choice for someone else's body!
My body, my choice. That doesn't even apply to Diet Coke in their mind. You shouldn't be able to drink it. They don't want you to. They don't want you to eat candy. They don't want you to drink soda. They want to control all of that. They want to control your salt intake. They want to control your body completely. Unless you want to have a baby. Why then, okay, now it's a woman's body and it's her choice, and she can kill the baby if she wants to.
And I would just, one little correction there, if I may. They actually do want you to drink Diet Coke now, because Diet Coke is part of the now woke Coca-Cola company that stands with far left values. So now it's okay.
Probably.
Good times, right?
Yeah, it's great. Now this mixing of the vaccines that China is talking about. There's another thing they don't know about.
What?
China's just pulling this out of their butt. They don't know.
Literally.
They're literally pulling this out of their butts.
They're doing that over there.
Because they don't know that this is going to do anything. If you were to mix Pfizer and Moderna, they don't know that that's any better than just Pfizer by itself or Moderna by itself. They're just thinking, well, let's try them both together, see what happens. How about no?
What?
No. Let's not do that. I mean, if you want to in China, whatever. Your body, your choice, I guess. But that doesn't seem like a really good idea. But Chinese vaccines are lagging behind others, including Pfizer and Moderna, in terms of efficacy. So that's because these came from the United States of America. So,
I mean, let's not brag too much.
Yeah, I know. Giving people doses of different vaccines is one way to improve vaccines that don't have very high rates of protection, according to Gao Fu, the director of the Chinese Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, who don't know any more than the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. Let's just try it. Because who else was doing that? Wasn't there somebody else that said, hey, maybe just mix the vaccines?
I don't know.
Weren't we talking about that last week with somebody here?
So are you saying that parody became reality? Effectively?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Effectively.
I mean, seriously, like, the people making these scientific decisions, I mean, we might as well have Bill Nye with beakers and stuff at this point, mixing this stuff and figuring it out for us.
Yeah, who's also not a scientist.
Not a scientist.
So this might be a good place to remind you that the Don't Vax Me Bro t-shirt is available right now.
That's right.
Don't Vax Me Bro. You can get that at
PatHeadShop.com.
PatHeadShop.com. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. I'm torn. Torn between two Jeffy themes.
What about the
Feeling
Christmas
like
one?
a fool.
Christmas
Loving both of them is breaking all the rules. The Christmas one, I don't think it's too early for that. Maybe in July. We'll do Christmas in July.
And then Odyssey.
Yeah. The Odyssey?
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning toward. Somebody suggested the elephant walk.
Oh, really?
But we used to, and we got busted for it.
Yeah. We can't use that one anymore.
But
time to chew the fat with Jeffy.
Yeah.
wait for it.
Just wait. You gotta wait for the intro.
That's good stuff right there.
That's a little pitchy, dog. Just a little pitchy.
That is good stuff.
Dog.
Was
Good
anybody on key there?
No.
I don't think so.
Not a single person.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Just a couple things to wrap up from last hour. Now you were talking about the variant studied in the UK, where you had an opportunity to a better chance of getting it if you were vaccinated. That wasn't even peer reviewed yet, so
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
even know why you're reporting it.
Okay.
And there was a hospital here in the U.S. who ran out of one dose and said, just give him the other one. Just give him the other one. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They were just
don't worry
guessing.
about it. Just don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
that's
fine.
right.
Get out of here.
Yeah. That's
Get
what
out
we
of
talked about last
So
week.
yeah. So I mean, it has happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean-
and now in China, they're thinking that's a good thing. Well, you don't even know.
Right.
You don't even know.
And the Johnson & Johnson with the possibility.
Ah.
I don't know. I was leaning toward it too. I really was.
So was I.
I was really leaning
So
toward
was
the
I,
Johnson.
'cause
One time,
it's-
one shot, done.
It didn't protect as well as the other two from getting the disease, but it protected 100% from severe disease. So I thought, man, why not? One shot, and it makes it
I know.
not as lethal.
And it makes me think too, with all the reports of the falsifying of the documents for being vaccinated, that makes me think that that's being done. Some would say, not me, would think that it's possibly being done on purpose so that they can actually say that's why we need a government passport.
Oh yeah, that thought has occurred.
We actually need that because there's too many people out there trying to falsify
it. Yeah.
So
So
assuming
you know who's trying to falsify it? Those damn people watching country music TV.
Yeah.
right. So
Right.
assuming you could choose, right, and you
Yeah.
had to get the vaccine today, who's your front runner right now in your mind?
Moderna now.
Really?
No, I'm going Johnson & Johnson still.
Are you?
Well, you can't.
I am not taking a chance
That's the
on blood
worst could
clots.
happen.
I'm not doing it because if anybody would get blood clots, it'd be me. No, thank you. I don't want blood clots. I got enough issues. I don't want blood clots too.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to go Moderna.
Yeah.
If I get it.
Yeah.
Which I'm still thinking maybe. I'm leaning against it now.
Me too. So this is a warning to whomever needs to hear this, and you know who you are. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, and I believe this was peer-reviewed. Just an FYI warning, women's reproductive years have increased over 2 years. From the age 35 to 37.1 now on the high end, and the
That's a
low
relief.
end
That's
is
a
younger
relief.
by less than a year. So
Whoever needs to
whoever
hear
needs
this,
to hear it, I just want you to know that it's increased. Okay?
be careful out there.
They thought that as women got older, it makes it harder to get pregnant. 35 was thought to be the age, but now the study says, ooh, no, they're reaching menopause at a later age. So I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know that whoever needs to hear this, just you're welcome. Okay. Casino review site Bonus Finder. This actually sounds fun. Launched a new contest earlier this week to find an Major League Baseball professional food taster. The tester is going to have to review hot dogs based on appearance, color, flavor, complexity, quality of meat, bun quality, sauce, and topping generosity
There's
and
no
value
sauce
of money.
on hot dogs. There's just ketchup or mustard.
Whatever bougie
Or
sauce you
both.
want to put
Yeah,
on
relish,
there.
right? onions,
chili dog. Yeah.
No.
Wait, how many times have you applied?
So you've
how many
got to
names?
review the games on and you have to review the games, right? On entertainment, quality, stadium atmosphere, and excitement. Now the contest page says you have to be 21 or older, of course, and they're going to pick the winner by May 2nd. Mm-hmm. But the tester is expected to travel to the MLB stadiums to taste their hot dogs and watch games. They're going to pay you for food and travel, which would be still fun. Where you kind of lose me is they're only giving you $500 on top of that.
What do you mean? So wait, hold on. They cover travel, tickets,
travel,
and $500.
Yeah, but then
how many times have you applied for this? How many different names you got going
couple. It's the couple.
Yeah, this is right up your alley. I'm not trying to be facetious here. I'm saying that sounds like something you would love.
It'd be fun. I know.
Right?
I know. You get to go to the games.
There's something about hot dogs in the stadium too. They're just better in the stadium. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the event.
It's the ambiance.
It must be.
Yeah, it's the ambiance.
Yeah, it must be.
It's got to be that brittle, breakable bun that is so
Maybe
enjoyable.
That's what it is.
When you put that in your mouth.
And you get to holler at the umpires, which would be fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big fan, especially that your boy West that just won the court.
He should have won. You want to tell us the story real quick?
He sued. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, somebody said.
Somebody said that he had
traded a ride with a car.
He had been bought for a bigger strike zone.
Wait,
right.
who?
On a podcast.
Okay, so
Who are
Joe
we
West,
talking about?
DeLuca, right?
I wouldn't worry about names other than Joe West, the umpire. Somebody told a lie about him.
A story on a podcast.
Right, that he had been bought off to make the strike zone bigger. He was a catcher. And so when the pitcher came to the dugout, I was like, how is he giving me those strikes? He was like, yeah, well, here's the thing, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, when he comes to town.
Yeah, I let him ride
I loan him my 57 Chevy.
Yeah. And so this was provably false because they went back and looked at the games. He was the home plate umpire, and there were no games when this guy pitched and this guy caught for Joe West behind the home plate. He won $500,000.
$500,000, $250,000 he won. Plus they gave him another $250,000 to try to make his reputation better.
And who paid that off?
Because I don't think
he's.
I don't know, because he's worried that will hurt his chances to get into the Hall
of course.
Fame.
Well, that damages the reputation of an umpire.
Yeah. I wouldn't want the reputation damaged of an umpire.
Yeah.
No, I mean you don't to allege they've been bought off and tell a story like that's believable and make people believe it. Yeah, you've ruined them. You ruined him.
Well, he's already done
more games than
anyone. Yeah.
Umpire
this year he sets the record. So
I hope you get this taste testing job, and then you can go around all the ballparks with Angel Hernandez behind the plate.
Want to drive my '57 Chevy?
oh, that'd be good.
So the University of Central Florida allowed its players to wear their social media handles on the backs of their jerseys during their spring game this past Saturday.
Oh, is that the team that lost to BYU 49-23 in the Boca Raton Bowl last year?
According to their coach, Gus Malzahn, it's a new age of personal branding. We're going to embrace it.
That's kind of fun.
I would like to say that this new age of personal branding, back in 2012, a football player by the name of Elvis Fisher demanded this. Happening.
That they put their Twitter handle on?
He demanded this on the back of his jersey,
cool.
or he wasn't going to return to camp.
Let's see. On the back of my jersey, I do not want to have Fisher on the back of it anymore. From now on, I want my Twitter handle to be on the back of my jersey.
No way.
So the new age is you're a little behind times, UCF.
And so UCF, you're welcome for the idea.
No doubt about it.
He should get a little finder's fee for that.
Thank you.
That's amazing. That's great.
Elvis doing okay?
Yeah, he's doing fine. He said that he's still waiting on his Segway that he demanded, but I don't know. He didn't want to have to walk around anymore.
So they gave him one for fun, or did he do that?
At Elvis Fisher 72?
No, we made these up. Yeah, we made these up.
I thought maybe Missouri did it for him.
we made these up and wore them to the games and stuff. Now, apparently the team didn't meet his demands.
Apparently.
And as long as we're on college football, USC, the University of Southern California, had a player show up that really wasn't a real player.
Oh, no.
Another one?
He was a homeless guy.
Oh, wow.
No one noticed. He showed up at the
Nobody noticed a homeless guy?
He shows up at the athletic department's indoor practice facility.
Okay.
Finagled his way in. They don't know how. So he has access to the building, which is, most doors require fingerprint or ID scans for entry. And so he mixes in so well, nobody realizes he's there. Goes to the jacuzzi.
That's really bad in the age of COVID.
Sits in the jacuzzi with other players. Nobody notices.
When all of these teams are in this COVID protocol that you can't enter their bubble.
Right.
That's really bad.
Grabs a meal.
Wow.
Eats in the facility.
Okay.
Then grabs a jersey and a helmet. Still no big deal.
Respect.
Walks out onto the practice field. Security, he's got a jersey and a helmet. They're not in full pads, so he just walks. They let him pass.
Yeah.
He walks out on the field, and he starts catching punts. And one of the coaches is like, hey,
that's really
who
funny.
is that guy?
That's amazing. Who's that 49-year-old guy out there?
So they find out later that he had used one of the suites at the Coliseum to sleep in. And he's been busted hanging out before at the school's soccer field. So I say give the man a job.
Right. Yeah.
I'll give the man a job.
Yeah, how did he look?
He's
Do
a
we know?
Security expert.
Did he catch the punts all right? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to award him a scholarship or not.
That is awesome. That would be a great story if something comes of this.
I know. It would be no.
That's cool.
Again, though, you're right.
Yeah, that's a bad story for them.
You aren't kidding. It is, man. Really bad. And homeless or not, I need to remind you to subscribe to Chewing the Fat podcast. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
I think it's especially important if you're homeless.
That's fine.
Yeah.
No one supports the homeless people more than Chewing the Fat. I'll tell you.
Oh, the homeless have cell phones. I mean, they have Wi-Fi hotspots.
They do. A lot of them do.
Correct.
They can totally listen.
That's correct.
Chewing the Fat or At the Mic or.
No, I didn't mention that. The other. I'm just talking about Chewing the Fat.
Oh, sorry.
So they're
Data
available
limits.
everywhere, such as iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify, just to name a few. So Chewing the Fat podcast, subscribe and make your life better.
All right. And let me tell you for 1 minute about Bambi. When you're running a business, HR issues can kill you. Wrongful termination suits, you got the minimum wage requirements, the labor regulations. HR managers' salaries aren't cheap either. An average of about $70,000 a year. Bambi, spelled B-A-M-B-E-E, was created specifically for small businesses. You can get a dedicated HR manager. You can craft your HR policy and maintain your compliance, all for just $99 a month. $99 a month, a far cry from $70,000 a year. From onboarding to terminations, they customize your policies to fit your business and help you manage your employees day to day. All for, again, just $99 a month. You didn't start your business because you wanted to spend time on HR compliance, right? Go to Bambi.com/unleashed right now to schedule your free HR audit. That's Bambi.com/unleashed.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
I'm going to be looking for a Bambi-type situation because we just had to hire 9 people.
Yeah.
9 more people.
Excellent.
For our little cookie business, Kexi.com.
Excellent. Yeah, we had fun this past weekend. It was great
fun,
to see
wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was really fun. It was really
Thanks
nice
for scheduling that while I was away.
Yeah, no problem. We actually
problem.
had visitors say that they arrived from Atlanta knowing that you were going to be there.
In Atlanta.
Just
give me names, Jeffy. Yeah.
Fred and Ethel.
Yes, Fred and Ethel Mertz were there.
Fred and Ethel.
Mertz?
Yes. Fred and Ethel Mertz.
That sounds familiar.
I didn't remember their last name. Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, they were nice though. They were a nice couple.
Yeah,
they were nice.
How old were
nice
they?
Couple from Atlanta.
203.
Obviously, they've been around a while.
Yeah, they've been around a while.
So sure, Elon Musk and his Neuralink is working on creating brain-computer interfaces. And they called this experiment the initial demonstration of the potential capabilities of its high-tech brain chips.
This is Pager. He's a 9-year-old macaque who had a Neuralink placed in each side of his brain about 6 weeks ago.
Oh, boy.
If you look
Kind of
carefully,
spooky.
you can see that the fur on his head hasn't quite fully grown back yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's learned to interact with a computer for a tasty banana smoothie delivered through a straw. We can interact with the Neuralinks simply by pairing them to an iPhone, just as you might pair your phone to a Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, no.
Good gosh.
Oh no!
Right?
Gotta be kidding
Now-
me.
Oh no!
Right?
Gotta be kidding
Now-
me.
The links record from more than 2,000 electrodes implanted in the regions of Page's motor.
Do we see him play the
Yeah.
game or whatever?
Yes. Yeah.
He's about
He's
to do
using
Pong,
he's
right?
using it now with the joystick.
Okay.
So then he goes on to play the game he still is using the joystick, but you'll see here in this video that the joystick is disconnected. So he's using his brain now, but he's still using the joystick that's disconnected. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, then
Weird.
they take the joystick away.
Okay. And then what happens?
Our goal is to enable a person with paralysis to use a computer or phone with their brain activity alone.
Oh, okay.
Because they wouldn't be able to move a joystick,
Right.
they would calibrate the decoder by imagining hand movements to targets.
Oh, wow.
One of the things the Neuralinks allow Pager to do is to play his favorite video game, Pong.
So
To
the one
control
on the
his
right,
paddle
he's moving
on the
with
right
his brain.
side of the screen. Pager simply
pretty
thinks
good at
about
it.
moving his
Yeah,
hand
he's
up
great
or
at it.
down.
They speed it up
We've
too.
removed the joystick altogether.
Wow.
Now that he's up to speed, let's increase the difficulty and see how well Pager can play with the
All right.
Neuralink.
Let's do. Oh. I bet I could beat this monkey.
This is.
I
think so?
could beat it. I could beat
I mean, this is look. This is how they're going to get us. This is very practical.
Pager is amazingly good at mind pong.
Yeah.
This is
Mind
Pong.
This is practical.
Mind Pong.
But just
That's-
wait until they're
Well,
controlling
I mean,
the way you vote.
they want to create
Right.
the technology to help people suffering from diseases like Alzheimer's
And that's
disease.
really amazing and cool.
I know.
Yeah. But can you hack it?
Well,
Can you hack into somebody's brain?
no, of course not, Pat.
Of course
Stop
not.
thinking like that.
Yeah, that's
Plus, the
silly.
cool thing is, and sure, he's working on this and everything, but the co-founder of Neuralink tweeted on Saturday that the startup has the technological advances and savvy to create its own Jurassic Park. And we probably could build Jurassic Park if we wanted to, said Max Hodak as he
good.
tweeted on Saturday.
Oh, that's good.
Wouldn't be genetically authentic dinosaurs, but maybe 15 years of breeding plus engineering. We could get super exotic species.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Nature finds a way.
Like-
That'd be a really good
like-
idea to mix and
like-
match. And
You
yeah.
think you could take that monkey though, right?
Oh, yeah, I'd definitely beat the monkey in Pong.
Right.
Guaranteed I'd
Right.
beat that monkey in Pong.
I bet you could.
I challenge that monkey right
I
now.
challenge Major right
to
now.
a game of mind Pong. I'll kick his anus. I will kick his anus.
For a banana smoothie?
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
Heck yeah. Good morning, Americans. It's Wednesday. Not quite the same oomph, is there?
Oh, breakfast is here
Excuse me?
for Jeffy.
Oh.
He was supposed to bring it in during the break, and he forgot.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Daniel, we share with the class. You brought one in?
Jeffy gets a kolache in the middle of the
What in
show.
the world?
That's important.
Yeah, he needs
Thank
that.
you.
Look, fat, look.
Nice job, Corby.
Everyone
I
has
think
to
that was
eat.
just somebody actually hit the wrong key. Did you hit the wrong button, Corby?
Yeah.
Corby pushed the wrong
And
button.
everyone
That
has
was
to
supposed to be
eat.
something else. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Survive.
And some of us just can't even wait until after the show. I understand. So that's great. That's great. That's why we had no cookies after the event on Saturday at our open house for Kexi Cookies.
Yeah.
I may have borrowed a couple.
Jeffy showed up.
I may have borrowed a couple.
And you ran out, I bet.
I want to tell you something.
5 minutes
Just-
later.
Just to
We
be
did.
clear. No, the caramel is still pretty close to number one. But the hot chocolate cookies,
Isn't that good?
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are so good.
And there's Jeffy
That's-
dipping into the pile right there.
That's
You lit
CGI.
him into your
That's
kitchen?
CGI.
That's crazy,
That's
isn't it?
CGI.
CGI. If you would like to try it for yourself, go to Kexi.com. Kexi, K-E-K-S-I, Kexi.com. We got some tweets here. Anthony Esch, or Osh, about the Space Odyssey thing. That's the best Jeffy theme, according to Anthony.
Okay.
What, you don't appreciate the singing on the...
I guess not.
When you get stuck
I
between the
do.
moon and New York City? Huh. Whatever. Filibuster, like filibuster, get it?
I get it.
I want vaccine insurance to pay for lost wages, medical bills, and pain and suffering. Sammy Weiss, isn't it interesting that the government is pausing the more traditional vaccines, so the only options available are the mRNA vaccine?
Yes, it is. It is interesting, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I don't know what it means.
Yes, it is.
Just interesting.
But if you want to make something out of it, you probably could.
Yeah, and they will. Mm-hmm. But social media shut them down until it proves to be true, so don't worry about it.
That's the thing. You can't even question anything anymore.
No.
Pat and Keith made me do it. Tweets. The next telemarketing calls. This is Alex from the COVID vaccine department. We noticed you haven't been vaxxed yet.
That's coming.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And it won't be a spam call that you're able to ignore or block either. They'll make sure that you have to answer it.
That thing will ring until you answer.
Even when you shut it off, it'll keep ringing until you answer it.
Remember all that government access to your cell phones?
Mm-hmm.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Remember the, what was her name? The Cheryl, what's her face?
Atkinson.
Cheryl Atkinson, where her computer turned on in the middle of the night.
Now, she perceived that as a problem.
I know. She's so picky.
I know.
You think the government shouldn't have access to your
Right.
information anytime they want?
They're just looking out for you.
Wow, who do you think you
They
are?
actually were looking out for her.
Yeah, yes, they were. Yes, they were. All right, 888-900-3393. And at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. It's so bad with this vaccine thing. And the masks and the social distancing. People are so crazy about it. They just fired a track coach because he refused to make his athletes wear masks while they're running.
Yeah. Really bad.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He said, I will not stand up in front of the kids and lie to them and tell them that these masks are doing anything worthwhile out in an open field with wind blowing and the sun shining. Now, he's absolutely right here. He's 100% right. And while you're exerting yourself like that, you want to be restricting airflow for these kids.
Right. I mean, you're doing more harm than good.
Something bad is going to happen eventually. A New Hampshire high school track coach was fired, staunchly refusing to make his athletes wear these masks. Bradley Keys said, I just think people haven't pushed back, and I decided it was time to push back.
Thank you.
But he lost his job, though.
And he lost his gig.
Yeah.
Jeez. But it's a courageous stand. And, you got to admire that. He explained on his website that when he heard most other schools accepted the state mask guidelines and made them requirements, he emailed the athletic director for confirmation, was told that indeed masks are required for all races in all meets.
Oh, yeah, we agreed to it.
He said he learned that masks will be required during all workouts, too, on the track during training. And he decided that was senseless, irrational, cowardice, bullsh stuff.
Wow. Wow. We took it right up to the edge, didn't we?
Stuff.
That's what he decided, though.
That's what he decided.
I mean, it's silly. It's silly. He even said that he would follow the restrictions when they weren't on the track field running. When they were off to the side or in the school, in the gym.
Yeah, he was willing to meet him halfway.
But not when they're actually participating in the track and field events. And it still wasn't
enough.
And
you have to take a stand. We've got to absolutely take a stand like this guy did and say, no, this doesn't make any sense, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
That's the only way.
You can ban me from Twitter. You can fire my ass from the job with these kids who are counting on me, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Then you have to, of course, suffer the consequences.
I know.
Well, but the more people do this and make that become the regular reaction.
It does, right. It shows the kids.
It adds up. And I don't know if you want to do this here, but I mean, you've got in Canada, they are really standing up to this tyranny, and I love it.
Is this where they come into the restaurant?
Yeah, there's a restaurant that's supposed to. And so health inspectors show up there, and they say you're not supposed to be open. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to stay open. And they go, okay, well, here's your court date. Okay? 5 minutes later, 2 other health inspectors from the government show up.
My gosh.
And say, why are you still open? You were just told to close down by 2 other inspectors.
Unbelievable.
And then the customers and everyone gets involved because they're not shutting down and they're telling them what they think.
Here's what happened.
To remain compliant with the provincial orders as well. So we did get actually information from public health, and we were just following up to see.
So why are you still open?
Okay. So it appears that's what it is.
Here's your open.
Like we have quite a crowd in here?
Have a
Yeah,
crowd.
so there's been an injunction filed. So if
Customers.
I would really highly suggest that you read that sign in full.
We're here to talk.
No, and I'm here to talk to you too.
That's
okay?
fine,
but see, you can't prey on weak people, okay? And I'm not one of those people. So listen here. No, you listen to me.
Okay, listen.
There is an unlawful order here. So then leave. You're trespassing. Leave before I phone the police.
Phone the police?
That's
I'll phone
great.
the police. You're trespassing.
They
Wow.
have a liquor license?
You're trespassing.
And that's just a customer.
You're not
Yes.
welcome here. But you're not welcome here.
Get out!
You're not welcome.
Get out!
Get out.
And don't forget,
Bye-bye! Bye-bye!
Listen to these Canadians. I love it.
Get out! You've been asked to leave! Get out!
Make their life hell.
Get out.
That's what they're doing to you.
Get out of the restaurant! You've been asked to leave!
Excuse me? You're trespassing.
Get out! Get out!
Right.
Get out!
Like the pastor did. Come back with a warrant.
no. Well, this is after that. This is after the get out from the pastor.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Bye-bye!
I know.
Bye-bye! Get out of the building!
Get out. Get
building.
out.
Outside, please.
Get out of the building!
Don't you understand English? Get out.
Bye!
I love it.
Bye-bye!
They're holding the door for
You're
them.
trespassing. Get out of the building.
Get out.
Bye.
Get out of the building.
Freedom!
Hey. I love it.
That's great.
And it didn't end there, though. They followed him to their car.
Oh, wow.
But who is anybody to tell us and this business owner that they cannot provide for their family? What world are you supporting? I wanted to discuss this with the licensee, so I'm not sure what you're...
Well, shouldn't you call and make an appointment?
No, actually,
Thank you.
Alcohol Gaming Commission, part of our mandate is we can come in and do inspections.
Part of our mandate
And
is
that's
we
what
can
we're doing.
come in and
So,
do inspections.
Part of our mandate is we can throw you
done
out.
recording,
Right.
sir?
I am recording you, yes.
I know. Are you done recording?
No.
Are you gonna follow me to my house? Yeah, we would like personal information
Maybe.
so you can be held personally accountable.
Thank you.
Yeah, this
Did you leave any identification with
I
the
did show
staff?
my identification.
Did you leave any identification?
I did show my identification.
Can you leave us some
You
identification?
know what? I don't know who you are.
I'm a personal friend of
So
the
what?
owner of the
so I'd
restaurant.
like
You're
to
a health
discuss this
department.
with the owner, right?
Well, then your visit is meaningless.
Right.
If you're not going to leave any identification, your visit is meaningless. It's harassment.
I myself and I came in.
It's harassment,
Thank you, sir.
right? You're welcome.
It keeps following.
Oh, man.
I would like to point out how far away they... Oh, wait. We didn't keep going there. I'd like to point out how far away they parked. And if we had kept rolling there, the other dude is taking pictures of the license plate. He's doing the same treatment for the dude at his car. They parked 2 businesses away. I mean, come on. They deserve this treatment as far as I'm concerned. This is the only way you're going to win.
I'm a tad torn on following him
Me
to
too.
their car. Get out of the establishment? Yes. I'm all about that. But following him to their car?
They didn't. Now, but they even on this video, though, they didn't show the license plate or anything like that. So that's not out there. But for
they
following
weren't
up later,
necessarily
if they're not going to leave a business card, this is the only way you're going to be able
They
to
weren't
identify
necessarily
them.
harassing them. They were just talking to them on the way out and getting information. And it is ridiculous that she doesn't want to, I'm not here to talk to you. Well, if you're with the health department, then you are here to talk to everyone. I mean,
Are you a government official or not?
Yeah.
I mean, because you're the person I have to talk to
You're
as
the
a
one
member of this community.
representing taking care of the mandate.
And look, the next time that they get marching orders to go harass this business again, they're going to think twice because that's the place I was followed to my car.
Yeah, they're going to think twice and bring SWAT. So
You're absolutely right on that. That's why this is going to get uglier and uglier. Just look at that church in Alberta.
I know.
Got to push back at some point.
200 riot police showed up at that church.
I know, but those people, what they were doing, Pat.
Well, I know. They were going to church. Can't have that.
I mean,
Can't have that.
they were in a building doing prayers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Worshipping.
unacceptable.
They were actually tearing down the fence, too, that was put
wow.
up. Which,
Good.
What are you doing putting up the fence?
Right.
Around the church. It's just, and they're...
Here's the footage.
There's the riot police showing up. 200 of them at the church. This is also Canada. This is Alberta, I think, right?
Just trying to, intimidate the church people.
So they're surrounding the building because there's child sex trafficking going on inside? Is that what's happening?
No, but there is a worship service going on.
Oh my, no.
And this is after the Reverend was in jail.
Yeah.
Right, the preacher was put in prison. Prison!
Yes.
Gas mask.
You don't push back now. This is going to be child's play a year from now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance this gets ugly. I hope it doesn't.
There is a good chance of that.
I don't want it to, but the way this is going is not a good direction. It's just not good. They need to back off, forcing people to do stupid things like close their business for a year. Stop doing that. Stop doing it.
I know. And there's plenty of businesses, and I say plenty, there's a number of businesses who have tried to fight back. I mean, that guy in California, they've fenced him off. They've shut him down. The Tin Horn Flats, that's his name, in Burbank. He tried to fight back and stay open. They've arrested his son. They've fenced up the restaurant. I mean, just because.
Is that the guy Portnoy? No, that's different. Okay.
No. But anyway, it's just I'm just saying that there are businesses like the gym in New Jersey who have fought back, and they are winning.
They've fought back
They're
so
winning.
many times. Most people would have given up by now.
They're winning.
They're not giving up.
They are not giving up.
They've been hassled for over a year.
And Governor, what's his face? Mr.
In Jersey?
Yeah. Mr.
Murphy.
Cardinal Tobin, governor.
Yeah.
He won't stop against this gym. And they're not fighting back against him.
It's really amazing. I mean, they've changed his door locks. He changed them back.
Yep.
They barricaded the door. They removed the barricades over and over and over and over.
They're following protocols. They're following those protocols other than staying open. I mean, other than closing. And there's no one been sick. And they've been fined. I don't know. I think they're over $1 million now in fines that they're just laughing at. Like,
I'm not paying.
But just think about
fine
this.
me all you want. It doesn't mean anything.
You don't push back on these lockdowns, these mask mandates. It escalates, and before you know it, then you're being forcibly vaccinated like they're doing with the mentally disabled in L.A. I mean, that's how this escalates. At what point do you say, I've had enough? And that's what these citizens are doing.
Well, we'll show you that disturbing photo, what we can stand of it, where they're forcibly vaccinating handy-capable. I don't know what the word is anymore. Is it handy-capable still, or does it change to something else?
Whatever
now?
you do, Pat, do not ask me.
Okay.
Because I don't want to say.
Right, I know what you would say. In the meantime, let me tell you about Rough Greens. I've been talking about Rough Greens for quite a while now. So hopefully you know by now, it's a powder that you sprinkle over your dog's food. Really simple to use, really delicious to the dogs. They go crazy for this stuff. They love it. And it's a supplement that puts back into your dog's dog's food all the nutrition your dog needs, vitamins and minerals and probiotics and the omega oils, all the things they need. Because in the dry kibble food, all of those nutrients have been baked right out of it in the heat process. So it kills everything, and then you restore it with Rough Greens. Most dogs love this right out of the bag, right from the start. But apparently sometimes there are dogs who don't necessarily like it initially, and it takes them a while to get used to it. So the first thing we need to discover is if your dog will eat it. You can get a free bag of Rough Greens to try out with your dog. All you pay for is shipping. Just go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFF Greens, roughgreens.com, or call 833-ROUGH-DOG. And your point? 888-933-93. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where B. DeBodine tweets, when you're a big star like Jeffy, you get your food delivered during the show.
Thank you.
Live show.
Thank you. It's an unusual pause you mixed in there.
Big! Well, I wanted to emphasize it because B. DeBodine did. All caps.
Oh,
so you
really?
Cap.
That could have been a mistake, though.
I don't think so. I think he just thinks you're a big star.
Big. Real big.
No, I got it.
And he's right. You are big.
Big.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I do. Thank you.
Okay, just making sure. Pew Pew One Pew tweets, when are we going to see lawsuits against these mask tyrants?
I don't know.
Caffeinated Texan, get out.
Hey.
And I love the polite Canadian, Excuse me, you're trespassing. Stitch Jones tweets, the church should have just said it was a BLM protest and the cops would have left. Or joined.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's possible.
Oh,
it's just a crazy world. We didn't even mention the craziness over the weekend in Minneapolis, where the black man was shot because the female police officer thought she'd pulled her taser, but pulled her gun instead and shot him with it. I think we have the video of that. Is, a little disturbing because the guy was shot for real. But they're trying to get him to comply. They're trying to get him.
The whole thing is just really. So right here, now it doesn't seem like he can get the other side of the handcuffs on.
Yep.
So he grabs the other handcuff. And he leans into him and says something.
He says,
don't do it. Because the guy's trying to get away from him. He says, don't do it. And then she says, going to tase him. Taser, taser, taser. Then she realized she shot him.
Right.
And he drives off and then crashes.
I shot him. You almost shot your partner, I'd like to point out.
It shows you what chaos this is, though.
Yes.
And, I mean, that's really difficult in these life and death situations.
Yes, it is.
You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the guy's going to do. He did have an outstanding warrant. It's just really sad.
Yes,
really
and
sad.
I know that he apparently he was talking to his mom on the cell phone or whatever and said, I just got pulled over for his air freshener because in Minnesota and several states, I guess, I'm told that it's illegal to hang things from your rearview mirror.
What?
Which is really weird.
That's not really what they pulled him over for, though, is it?
No, it was
expired plates, I thought.
plate.
Yeah.
Expired plate.
Right. You're not pulling him over for the air freshener.
But they can, and they could do that because it's, you're not supposed to have stuff hanging from your rearview mirror. I mean, you know how dangerous the
air fresheners
pine
are.
tree air freshener hanging from your mirror.
Well, evergreens are racist, so.
But he had the outstanding warrant
what was this for, Jeffy?
Aggravated robbery after choking and holding a woman at gunpoint in 2019 for $820. So, I mean, he was well aware that he was going to be arrested for that.
Right. And he didn't want to be.
Correct.
So he didn't comply. This other, they've had another video that's just kind of resurfaced and this one's actually from George Floyd in 2019 when he had another police encounter. And it just, not that it justifies what happened.
I know.
It just shows that the non-compliance creates a problem.
Yes.
It's a problem. And the cops knew that that George Floyd had a history of non-compliance. And I mean, look at this. Yeah. So they're trying. He's pulled over for
seatbelt, sir?
I don't know what.
Sir, passenger, can you undo your seatbelt?
Cop is totally calm here. Totally calm.
Go ahead and undo your seatbelt. Please, I don't want to get shot. I don't plan on shooting you. I'm just saying, just take your time. Okay, relax. Just undo your seatbelt. Let her take care of her.
All you have to do is comply.
Just keep your hands out where it
please
comply.
Do what he asks you to.
Hey!
She said, spit it out.
Keep your hands where I can see them. Okay? Put them up on the dash. Put them on the dash. I'm not going to shoot you. Put your hands on the dash.
Then do it. And he doesn't. He never does it.
He keeps moving his hands around. He won't listen to what I have to say.
Right.
Okay? Put them on your head.
Top of your head. Okay, man. Open your mouth. Spit out what you got. Spit out what you got. I'm gonna
So
tase you.
he's apparently popping pills and not complying.
Put your hands behind your That was one yellow pill, boss.
Okay, now slowly come on out.
Hand under
now put your
hand under head.
Okay, relax.
And eventually, I mean, he continues to struggle.
You're not going to get beat up or nothing. You just follow what we're asking you to do.
What a concept.
I apologize, man. I apologize, man. I apologize.
Yeah.
Do you?
So on and on and on and on and on. Then he fakes a medical issue there. He's swallowing pills there. And in both cases, he just didn't comply.
Right.
He was they were trying to put him in the car in the case that wound up in his death. They were trying to get him into the car. Had he just gotten into the car, they would have driven him away, and it would have been fine.
I mean, and that's and
it doesn't excuse
that
the
would
guy
happen.
kneeling on his neck for 9
that's
minutes.
what's so strange about the George Floyd case is we were all on the side of George Floyd.
Definitely.
Saying that shouldn't have happened that way, right?
Still are. We're still on his side.
We all wanted to, grab Chauvin and punch him in the face. What are you doing? Stop that. But, that doesn't matter now.
Here's a good safety tip, though.
With Dante.
Just do what the cop tells you to do. And the chances are about 99% everything's going to be fine.
Right.
All of these stories end if you do that.
Right. Just put your hands up or put them on the dash if that's what he wants you to do. Put them out the window if that's what he wants you to do. Just do it. Don't sit there and continue to disregard what he's telling you. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Again. And? So? 888-900-3393. At least sometimes it's returns. Pat Gray returns. And then I can say, I do. Yeah, I do. I did.
Statement of fact.
Yes. And then you're there and you know what to do. You go ahead and start the show again. But
without that, you would have no idea when to start talking.
You just
don't know what to do.
Yeah, you just don't know. All right. Apparently, Los Angeles Police Department force vaccinating mentally disabled people. Are they disabled or are they capably able?
I thought they were handy-capable.
Right? Yeah. Are we back to disabled again? I wouldn't be surprised if there's something wrong with handy-capable, and now we've switched back to disabled. Because do you remember when queer was...
Well, disabled is different than mentally challenged, right?
No. I mean, they're both considered disabled or handy-capable or whatever.
Okay.
But they change these things all the time.
Yeah,
queer
I can't
used to be a bad thing. Now I think it's fine, right? It's part of the LGBTQIA2
if you are one.
I was going to say, then it depends on who you are.
Yeah.
So the language varies from person to person, as we've seen with very specific words.
So, yeah.
What?
I don't know. It's hard to keep up. It really is. Anyway, here's the LAPD force vaccinating.
What is happening? Operation Homebound. See, these people are home.
Operation Homebound.
And so they show up at your house and do this. Oh, no.
And then their family members are...
Well, she may have a hard time getting any shot, though, right?
Well, clearly she doesn't want this.
Well...
Okay. Ugh.
Okay,
I just hate this.
That's really disturbing.
And it happens...
But that may happen with any shot. Right, with any kind of medication.
And this is a 2-minute montage of this happening over and over and over again. They just stopped it right there. But, I mean, the families are signing off on it.
Right.
And so I guess that makes it okay?
Yes, because these people obviously don't know what's best for them anyway.
I don't know. The whole thing is really difficult. This is a bad time right now. It's just a bad time. So many violations of everything we have always believed in and held dear.
Every
day. It just gets worse.
Every day.
And so every day we're left with some situation like that.
And you have the story that you did earlier about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, where the one girl that was sick was 18. 18?
Yep.
What is an 18-year-old human being on this planet doing taking that vaccine?
I don't know.
There's no business in that.
Said that before.
I'm sorry. You got no business.
Concentrate on the most vulnerable.
Go outside and get some sun. What are you talking about? Taking a vaccine. Stop it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, they're concentrating on 12-year-olds. They're doing.
I know. They want everyone now.
Yeah. Interesting Twitter spat going on right now between Neil deGrasse Tyson and Steakums.
Steakums.
A steakum is like a box of
I had to look this up. No.
Meat. They're sandwich meat.
Yeah.
Frozen.
It comes in a box.
Meat. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's sandwich meat that comes in a box.
It says steakums.
Right?
Freeze them. Yeah. I used to have those. I was a fan of those for a long time.
Were you now?
I know this may come as a surprise.
You're a fan of any kind of food?
I was about to say, is there anything edible that you're not a fan of?
I don't know what to say about that.
Kolache time.
So Neil deGrasse Tyson tweeted out, the good thing about science is that it's true, whether or not you believe in it. Shut up. So Stakem tweeted out, log off, bro.
Wait. Stakem?
That's awesome.
I love that.
See, now they're just taking on like Wendy's, right? Wendy's, everybody, all the big companies now are trying. Wendy's was the first one to have fun on their social media and attack other people, other fast food restaurants, and make jokes with customers. And so, Steakums is coming out with, trying to be that as well.
Yeah, but this is different. This is more political as opposed to.
Yeah.
Wendy's is just like.
And it's conservative.
Yeah, it is.
Because they're telling him to
log
off, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. So.
You talking about the scientist, Neil deGrasse Tyson?
So, yeah, right. So some lib jumps on in Neil deGrasse Tyson's defense, apparently. Kevin Flynn tweets, you must have changed social media personnel. Stakem. Nope. Science itself isn't true. It's a constantly refining process used to uncover truths based in material reality, and that process is still full of mistakes.
Wonk wonk.
Like a Stakem, get it? Mistakes. Neil just posts ridiculous sound bites like this for clout, and he has no respect for epistemology.
Yeah, I had to look that one up.
That's awesome.
Epistemology.
I love that.
I've had that done before.
Rob Honeycutt. So Rob Honeycutt tweets, where's the beef here? Where's the beef here? Pardon the pun. Stakem, just sick of Neil's games.
I just love that. Because there is that, and it has happened before, where, let's just say, I can't think of any example off the top of my head where maybe you have access to your own Twitter account and someone else's, and you find yourself accidentally tweeting under their account. I could see that being the reason, but no. Whoever was on the old Stakem account was like,
Apparently
nope,
doing it on purpose.
I'm doubling down.
Yeah. Which is great. And they made tremendous points. Because science just isn't fact no matter what. It changes all the time. And they're right. They make mistakes all the time. We talked about that a million times. They've screwed up. I don't know how many times.
Yes.
They're screwing up now.
All the time. Every day. Every day.
And you notice that when this COVID stuff, when they do make a mistake, they never err on the side of freedom. It's always on the side of tyranny. How convenient.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's go to Baxter in Texas. Hey, Baxter, you're on the Blaze.
Hey, Pat.
Hey.
I was calling in because I saw this article that somebody posted the other day, and it was about mispronouncing names. And I thought, okay, and I read through it, and it said about we need to be courteous and we need to try to pronounce their names like they want to be pronounced, and it's about minorities and all that. And I was like, okay, I can get behind this. And at the end of the article, it said these are ways that we can practice anti-racism and helping those non-white marginalized groups.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, okay, really? Like this is because you listed off the things that were racist the other day. And so now we get to add to the list mispronouncing names.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I kind of had a little bit of a fit over it because I was like, okay, I lived by, the Texas-Mexico border until I was 6 or 7. And nobody there could pronounce my name right because I'm whitey and I'm from Wales, or my family's from Wales, and they can't pronounce that. And it's like, that's not racist. They just speak a different language.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right.
Yes.
It's hard for them to say, Blaney, the hard A. And so I went and I realized the problem, and all these other people were posting their comments about how they loved this article, is these people aren't following up on politics. They're not really keeping up to date with what's going on or what the rhetoric is. And so when they see anti-racist, they just see, oh, let's be nice. And they're not realizing any of the other things that it means or that it's pulling racism into places that it's not. And I just kind of like, well, we're screwed.
Yes.
Hey, Baxter, hold on. Your family's from Wales originally. Are you like a particularly pasty white guy then with that kind of background?
Not really. I mean, Wales is far enough back down the line. I'm just a regular old white dude.
I just wondered, living along the Texas-Mexico border.
Yeah, what kind of crime were your parents running from? Why were they at the Mexico?
Oh, no, I was going with the melanin, and do you burn easily? But Jeffy's got a more interesting question, I think. What were they running from, Baxter?
Oh, probably a lot of different stuff. My dad was he was a rangeland ecologist, so he managed a bunch of the ranches down there. But it was interesting also seeing the non-white marginalized groups in the article, because we had our house and trucks egged because we were the only white people in town. Nobody cares because
nobody cares
because you're white. Yep.
Right.
Thanks, Baxter. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you're right, Baxter.
LA Times says mispronouncing Asian names is casual racism.
Okay, I can't.
That must be the article to which he's referring. The casual racism of mispronouncing an Asian person's name.
Casual.
Now, when you see an Asian person's name and it's NGO, and you're an English speaker, how are you supposed to know that that's pronounced Win?
Yeah.
Or who? Or it could be any number of different pronunciations depending on what country they come from, whether it's Vietnam or Thailand or China or Japan. I don't know how to pronounce that. To me, it would be Ningao. Ningao. Right? I mean, if you're... Ngo. And it's not. It's nothing like that. It's nothing of the kind. So it is...
like the G is silent, right? So it's no.
So asinine that you would... that you would call that racism.
Well, casual racism.
Yes.
Casual racism.
I mean, at some point, you've got to have your first introduction into a word, right? Remember, there was a Houston Texans guy, Dat Win, and that's how his name was spelled. Well, I had read that name before I'd ever heard it.
Yes.
I had no idea until I heard it during a game. Until then, I'm sorry if my casual racism and not knowing a word that I've never seen before comes out. You can never...
Everything
is racist.
Absolutely. Everything is racist. Let me tell you about iTarget Pro. In 2020, over 8 million guns were sold. 8 million. That, combined with efforts to defund the police and rising crime, has driven the cost of ammo literally through the roof. It is outrageous what ammo costs.
If you can even find it.
If you can even find it. So a lot of Americans have just stopped training with their firearms altogether because it's just too expensive. Which is why iTarget was invented, to give law-abiding citizens a cost-effective way to train in the safety and privacy of your own home. No more inconvenient trips to the gun range or expensive practice ammunition. And it is expensive. You just use iTarget Pro, and it comes with its own caliber-specific laser bullet. You put that in the gun instead of a bullet, and it shows you where your shots land on the target. And it, of course, makes it safe to train in your home with your kids. It's fantastic. It comes in all the major calibers, from 223 for your AR to whatever you need. And today you can save 10%, plus you'll get free shipping when you use the offer code PAT at checkout. So this is the smartest way for you to practice. And it really pays for itself in like a day, the first time you use it. The letter I, then targetpro.com. itargetpro.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Hey, they have decided what the most miserable year in human history is.
You're living
or was. They actually surprisingly did not say either last year or this year.
The year is young.
Isn't that weird? Maybe at the end of the year it'll pass up this particular year for the most miserable of all time. You have any guesses what year it would have been?
Most miserable year of all time.
Within 100 years. It's pretty good leeway.
Yeah, that is.
Mm-hmm.
So
but you're still not going to get it.
There were a lot of bad years.
A lot of bad years. In the Dark Ages, there were some bad times.
A lot of bad years. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to go around.
When did we bomb Japan?
That was 1945.
I mean, that was kind of a bad day. I don't know about a year.
That was a bad day for them.
Hang on a second.
What's your guess?
I'm going to go around... I don't know. It's somewhere in the 700s, I think.
You're fairly close.
Yeah.
It's 536 AD.
No, that's
536 AD.
That year was a bad year.
From early 536 to 537, the sky went dark and stayed dark.
It never came back. Boy, do I remember that.
Yeah.
Now that you bring it up, it never.
Were you on your grandfather's lap?
No, he was in his early 20s, right? 536.
He was just hanging out. 1 minute it's daylight, the next minute it's dark, and it never got light again.
Yeah.
Or it seemed like it never did.
Across much of Eastern Europe and throughout Asia, spring turned into summer, gave way to fall, to winter without a day, not a single day of sunshine.
Yeah.
Oh, you think Seattle is bad? Man, try that on for size. It was like a blackout curtain over the sun. Millions of people across the world's most populated countries didn't see the sun for over a year. They said up to 18 months.
Yeah, people were going crazy.
I can imagine.
So you add to that, okay, so they're in darkness for over a year. So what happens to crops? Yeah, they dry up and go away. So they didn't have food. They got famine.
Well, except there was one family that had solar. And they had stored up some energy
I
in
hope
their
they
batteries.
stored a lot of energy.
And so their crops made it.
18 months. Those must have been Tesla batteries.
No,
huh?
that was the Cruz family I think you're talking about there, Jeffy.
So there's no food. There's no light. And there is bubonic plague, which starts to sweep the area.
Oh, no.
Pretty bad year. People were a little sick of it by the end. And apparently, Anthony Fauci told the town criers to announce to the villagers that if they were just diligent, socially distancing, wearing their masks, washing their hands, and please stop eating rat.
Oh, yeah.
And he specifically said, look, I know it's delicious, but if you could just curtail your intake of rat and other rodents for a little while, we can flatten this curve.
And with no food coming from crops, that was a tough tale.
Yeah, it was. It was. But he promised them by early 5:37 or maybe 5:38. By 5:39 at the latest.
Okay.
We should be able to get back to the activities that we all love. Drawing and quartering people. Enjoying some falconry.
Yeah.
Falconry.
Playing Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah.
So and he told the town criers, just tell them hang on a little while longer. It's not that bad. It'll pay dividends later on.
And what caused this sky darkening again?
Volcanic eruptions, of course, which could happen and are happening now.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So get ready, everybody. Where is that volcano again? That's
Caribbean.
Yeah, it's the Caribbean or Caribbean, whichever pronunciation you prefer.
Mr. Casual Racist over there.
Right?
Okay.
Wait.
Caribbean. Yeah, whatever.
That's right.
Because I mispronounced Caribbean?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, both are acceptable.
Oh, wow.
Yes, both are acceptable. 888-900-3393 and @Pat Unleashed on Twitter, which brings us to climate change because, of course, that's what we're going through right now. In fact, in this article, they say due to rapid climate change, the temperature fell 2.5 degrees Fahrenheit. They said 2.5 to 4 degrees Fahrenheit for that year and a half, which is huge.
Yeah.
And that'll tend to affect your crops.
Yeah. That affects everything.
In your mind.
Holy cow. Yes.
Yeah. So speaking of climate change for us, and again, it has nothing to do with the volcanic eruptions that are going on right now. That has nothing to do with any of it. This is purely caused by men now and our SUVs. It's our SUVs that are causing this. President Biden is readying an executive order that would require companies to disclose the risks they face from climate change, according to Special Climate Envoy John Kerry. He didn't elaborate on the details of the order or the timing, but the move would fulfill a promise Biden made on the campaign trail to require all public companies to report their emissions and climate-related risks. This guy is ruining our economy on every single angle. Last month, the SEC asked for input on establishing a regimen for climate disclosures. The early moves on Biden's team on climate finance have already drawn fierce opposition from Republicans who say the administration's efforts are a politically motivated attempt to choke off capital to fossil fuels. Of course they are. Suddenly people, here's what John Kerry had to say. Suddenly People are going to be making evaluations considering long-term risks to their investment based on the climate crisis. That will encourage new investment as well as laws in countries. And then he said, I looked across that chasm and I shouted out, I'm Israel. That's what he said.
He said that?
I said that.
Wait.
Is that a quote in the article?
And damn it, I meant it.
So they're making a blacklist basically for
well, you're going to have to you're going to have to report on what you're doing, right?
Yeah,
and
the emissions.
How you're handling it. I mean,
it's going to bankrupt people.
Good? Oh, wait.
No,
not good.
Not good.
I'm sure AOC loves this, right? She's probably on board with these climate confessions with her Green New Deal stuff.
Of course.
Yeah, and she's also telling us, everybody, how we're supposed to fix the situation with Israel, too.
Oh!
So, yeah, not only climate change, she's got that down with the Green New Deal, and she also has some suggestions on Israeli policy.
What actions do you think can be taken to support movements towards peace, both between Israelis and Palestinians, as well as within the entire region, such as the Abraham Accords?
Yeah, so, you know, earlier just now, you and I were talking
Pause
about
it for a
the
second.
what
Earlier
and the
just
how.
now.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Good start.
Earlier just now.
Yeah, so
She'll
earlier
get there.
just now.
She'll get there, man. She's got to get to the policy. She had to get going.
She is absolutely
Gut check. Stop.
agonizing, man. She is.
Yeah, but she's got a plan
agonizing.
for peace in the Middle East. Let's hear this.
Does she?
It's going to be good.
About the what and the how.
The what and the how.
And
Tiffy?
I think that when we talk about establishing peace, centering people's humanities, protecting people's rights, it's
I hate that.
it's not just about the what and the end goal, which often gets a lot of focus.
Right. It's the how.
But
She has
I
no
actually
idea
think
what
it's
the
much
hell
more
she's
about the how
see.
and the way that we are coming together and how we are how we interpret that what and how we act in
the hell are
you know,
you
the
talking
actions
about?
that we
No
take to get
idea.
to that what.
Okay.
And
No
so
idea.
what this really is about is that it's a question more than anything else about process. And so we really need to make sure
He's
that,
baffled, too.
that we are valuing a process
Valuing
where
a process.
all parties are respected
Respect.
and
Come on.
have you know a lot of
Equal
opportunity to really make sure that we are negotiating good faith, etc. That being said,
Negotiating
I think
good
that
faith, that's what you
there's
want?
just this one central issue
One central issue.
of settlements. Because if the what that has been decided on is two-state, then the action of settlements
What about the how?
it's not the how to get to that what.
The hell are
And
you?
so, you know, I think that that's a central thing that we need to make
can't make
sure
it
that we center and that we value Jewish and rather we value Israeli.
What?
We value the safety and
She
human
can't even
rights
say
of
it 'cause
Israelis.
she doesn't value
We
anything
value
Israeli.
the safety and the human rights of Palestinians.
Got it?
In that process,
Do
that
you
is
got it?
similar and that on equal
All right,
footing.
I
And so
okay,
all of
I
that
can't
is
take it.
extremely important. in
What
that
the
process.
hell? Come on, you tell me that's not this.
I personally believe
Thank you. I was
that
thinking the
U.S.
same thing.
Americans
Same.
are unable to
Right.
do so
Yep.
because some
People out
people
there.
out there in our nation
The
don't
what and the
have
how.
that. And I believe that our education, like such as in
Like
South
such as?
Africa and
And
the Iraq,
the Iraq.
everywhere
Iraq.
like such as.
Everywhere
And
like such as.
I believe that they
She believes they should.
Our education over here
Over
in
here.
the U.S. should
In the
help
US.
the U.S.
Should help
or
the
should
US.
help
No,
South
that's not
Africa.
right. South
it
Africa.
should help the Iraq and the
The
Asian
Iraq and
countries.
the Asian
So
countries.
we will be able to build up our
So we
future.
can build up our future. Yeah, that's what I mean. I almost said that, kids in America should be helped, and then I realized no. It's got to be the Asian countries and the Iraq.
And that's the what? Or is that the how?
That's the when.
The when.
Yeah, that's the when.
I can't follow.
Or the who. I'm not. It might be the who. Because we won't get fooled again.
Pat Gray. Only on the Blaze Radio Network.